Town, LA. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. Here's Khalif Raymond to return. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a pickup of 5, brings up second down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39!
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And now running right through it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
Hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro linebacker. It's Von Miller. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. On second down, here's Keenum. Steps away to his left. Finds a seam inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Draw play. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. To throw, it's Keenum. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now the handoff comes to Gordon, and he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
You got him! You got him! You got him! We got 3, fellas, we got 3!
On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And Sturgis able to knock it through, and the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Denzel Perryman not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Back to throw, Keenum. And the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. So on 4th down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Brandon Marshall. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Now Keenum throwing on 2nd. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Jake Bunt, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are in for 6. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Raymond now on the return. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Robert Quinn able to get him for a loss of about 3. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they left little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
To punt it away on 4th down, here's Drew Kaiser. Back deep, Adam Jones. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, here's Keenum. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Working from the gun, Keenum. Sanders has it over the middle. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Here's Marquette King now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17.
Here we go.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Forced out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Shaquille Barrett able to drop him for a loss of 4.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. He'll look to throw. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. Here's Drew Kaiser now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. On the NFL scoreboard, 2nd quarter up in Minneapolis. Early on, it's the Vikings in the driver's seat. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
When I watch plays like that, I give a lot of thanks that my DNA did not make me an offensive tackle, because that is a very difficult job, to hold your block against a really good defensive end and hang on to it so your runner can get to the edge and do it without holding. I don't know that that's really possible for very many people.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. 3rd and long. It's Keenum. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And he's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Von Miller able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
They'll drop to throw. And able to find Green. 23 yards on the play. 1st down now, but that clock rolling.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called it old reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
to throw here. He's got LeGarrette Blount. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice.
And this is going to be intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Keenum. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And on the return, here comes Adam Jones. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to. So
the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Let's go, let's go.
Keenum to throw on 2nd down. That's caught left side by Jake Butt. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throwing is Keenum on 3rd down. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And down inside the 15 he goes. A Bronco 1st down. Keenum hooking up with Thomas.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. The Chargers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Gone!
They'll set up to throw. Going underneath for Gordon. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Give them 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Detroit!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. A strong running. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8. It moves the chains. Back to throw. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Buying time to his left. He's going to look deep for his one. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Melvin Gordon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are able to strike for 6. Sturgis for the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Burgess out now to kick this one off. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a very tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And it's a fumble. And this is recovered by the Chargers. Let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. And all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it.
They find some. There goes Melvin Gordon. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
So the Broncos coming out now. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Keenum. Steps away to his left. Over the middle, complete. That's Sanders. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. To throw is Keenum. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Keenum to throw again. Throw left side complete. It's Sutton. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
Keenum now on first down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Finding room to the 20. A good pickup there, a 22.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield, the blocking forms in front, lofted it to the runner, and now not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to find some room as they get him down after a good run. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos draw a bit closer. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. Raymond now on the return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And some room to work. Nifty move by Gordon. 31 yards there and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They go back to Gordon here on 1st down. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
And I think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now a 20th carry, number 20 here for Melvin Gordon. And a short gain down to about the 33. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Let's go, let's go.
On second down, here's Keenum. And this one's incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 5.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Shotgun snap for Keenum. And this is going to be incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Keenum, got to have this one. And no, it's incomplete. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Gun.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Dancing to his left, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now they'll pitch it out. This is Gordon. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter. Do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football. I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. Here's Drew Kaiser now as he's on to punt for L.A. on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time,
they practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. First down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Melvin Ingram in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. If you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost...
a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here. Coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.